not know, I am your laughing host, Raquel May David. My co-host is David Sanchez, and our mod in the group is JM. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, when you drop it in the chat, please know that one of these lovely guys are going to be your point person that will answer if I'm not able to. For those of you guys that are new to the room, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am your lovely host for today, Raquel May David. And I am going to be taking you through, and for those of you that are returning, y'all know I love some good icebreakers, okay? I'm here for all the icebreakers in the world. So my icebreakers are to give information, keep everyone encouraged, spark conversation, but most importantly, it's just here to really make sure that everyone is engaged and moving forward. So if you guys are here and you guys are by your computer, please go ahead and turn on your cameras. I love to see faces. You got to understand, as a coach, as a trainer, I love to see if I can see that you guys are getting it, if I need to re-explain, whatever the case may be, so I can dive in. So we're going to start off. I like to give everyone at least another 5 to 7 minutes to kind of get into the room. So the question of the day is, what credit posting fact do you post or do you share either on your social media or in your email marketing or just in the course of a conversation? What is one credit fact or life fact that you leverage to help either yourself get out of the funky credit space that you were in before, or that you post on social media to kind of gain eyes on your content? So shout out to Clarence for turning on your camera. I see you. Shout out to, let's see who else I got here. Is that Kenneth? Thank you, Kenneth. I love seeing faces. Hi. Hey, yo, hey.
He's not here yet, but he's coming.
Okay, well, y'all can all be together. It's a whole team effort. Okay, let's go. Let's get it.
Let's go.
So what I can tell you, one of the hot button topics that I use, I am transferring from Facebook to LinkedIn. My social media strategy for 2024 is to be more on LinkedIn, because I am looking to help more corporations make sure that their employees have good credit. So I am a little bit more heavy in this fourth quarter world in going over to LinkedIn. And one of the posts that I like to share that I do see garners a lot of comments is that 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. But 80% of Americans or higher do not have good credit, right? We also know that the numbers are 87% of credit reports are inaccurate. So we're shooting out all these percentages. You're going to come on my page and be like, girl, wait, what? Who? So what are some things that you guys have posted that you think is a good fact to help garner conversation? And if you guys haven't posted any, that's cool. Just give me a thumbs up. I'm an emoji girl, okay? I just love that. Get it done. Come on, sir. Not get it done. I love it. Oh, did you guys put anything in the chat? Because I did not have my chat open. So if you guys, let me open my chat. Okay, cool. My chat's open now. If you guys don't have anything, that's cool. We're going to start in literally 2 minutes. I'm going to start in 2 minutes, and we are going to start from the homepage. So I'm going to share my screen in a second. All righty. Let me go back to the main page. How are you guys doing tonight? Tell me. Oh, hey, how you doing, Mr. Kenneth? We are going to go to the home screen and we are going to get started momentarily. I want to make sure that you guys can see my screen. Here we go. All right. Can you guys see my screen okay? Yeah? Thumbs up in the chat. Yes, yes. Okay, I love that for me. I love that for me. So we are going to begin here. So I don't know if we can get some thumbs up in the chat, some people come off of mute, whatever works. Oh, that's right. Give me some pandas. I like y'all. Tell me, I want to see pandas for those who already have the program. And give me smiley faces for those that do not have the program already. I kind of want to know what the room looks like, who we're dealing with, and smiley face. Oh, come on, James. Okay. Oh, okay. We got some seasoned people that got the program. We got some that don't. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. So I like to talk about the flow so we can get into it together. How this is going to work is we are going to start with the basics of the platform. I'm going to play a quick video for you guys for you to see how to process. And then after the video, we are going to do an onboarding together. Now, this software that we are talking about, the Dispute Panda software, is ideal if you are new to credit repair, meaning you want to be a credit repair organization, or if you just want to repair your own credit because you don't want to be in the 5s and 6s, you want to ball out of control in these 7 and 8 streets, right? So with that being said, we are going to be able to have a clear dialogue. So no matter where you are, there's no question that doesn't make sense. Okay. What we want to do is make sure that we have room to answer all the questions that you guys have. So after we finish the video, after we do the upload, we are going to have an open session to where you will have the ability to ask any questions you have through the process. So this is the main page. I did drop the link to this in the chat. I'm going to drop it again just in case no one has, like, no one caught it the first time, because I know there's people coming in, continuing to come into the room. So with that being said, this is the homepage that if you want to sign up for the free 99, and I said that before and somebody was like, what you said it was? So I like free 99, meaning it costs nothing. So with this software, if you're looking to learn, there's a lot of softwares out there that are giving you the ability to write letters. This is the only free software. You don't have to pay monthly for it. You don't have to have an overhead. Now, there is an option for the pro version that you do pay monthly for, and we will go over what are the perks in getting that platform. But I like to start off at the top, okay? So we talk about pricing. So Dispute Panda is 100% pay-as-you-go credit-based system. It's free to sign up. It's free every single month. The only thing that you pay for is for your tax, or known as rounds, where you're going and generating the letters that you need in order to go ahead and dispute with the credit bureaus directly. Okay, so this software is a little bit unique that when you start with us, you automatically know how to dispute your credit report. So it's not a guessing game. We actually give you a full, robust training. So we do have lives on Mondays and Wednesdays. For those of you that are in the Panda Pro group, we meet on Thursdays, and we are able to go through the sequence of what you're doing, what you need to do in order to reach your goals. So whether you're doing this for yourself or you're doing this as you're going to cultivate a business out of this, it is basically a no-brainer to use this system because we give you the play to run. My kids play football and I act like I know sports when I say that, okay? So when we talk about pricing, the standard package, which is the Dispute Panda, is free every single month. If you do the pro version is the option where now you have a customer facing model. So think about the free version as just a place to house your documentation, track what letters have been sent. It just houses on the end of doing business for yourself so that you don't have to use a spreadsheet, right? The pro gives you the ability that if you have clients, your clients can sign into a secure portal and upload documentation, ID, sign contracts, pay invoices, and all of the good things. Along with the pro version, you also get the ability to join the CRBB Club, which is the Credit Repair Business Blueprint, otherwise known as the 30-day CRA, which Dominique had before. So you actually get that included in the pro version. And then, of course, there is the pro yearly that if you decide to upgrade, you have that ability to do so. So all of these features, the pro, the calculator, the integration, all of that is actually included with the pro package, right? The integration allows you to connect multiple platforms to this one software, or if you want to, like say an email marketing or text message marketing, you have the ability to link everything to one platform and make life easier by using Zapier and things of that nature. So for those of you that are looking to do this as a business, this is an opportunity for you to leverage that, okay? Thank you so much, David, always being the real one in the chat. So I need y'all to always check the chats if you guys have questions, because we are dropping links. And one of the tabs that I think is very important that I love to point out to everyone that gets on the call that I feel is truly missed when everyone signs up for Dispute Panda is the training tab. When you click the training tab, it will actually open this window for you. The reason why I think this is so important is because remember I said earlier, hey, you don't need to question how to do credit repair. You can literally do this yourself, and we're giving you the flow. Once you click this free download button, it will automatically take you here to where you have a flow of what letters should you pick in order to send out your rounds of attacks to the credit bureau, or to, if you guys do the pro, you can send it to the credit bureau and you can send it to the creditor, right? So instead of you having to like weed through what's the best option, we have curated based off of the results. Dispute Panda has literally done sample testing of letters, and they are now bringing that information to you. So any one of these flows will work seamlessly for you. You can pick one, and the goal is whichever attack you choose. If you choose the white attack, the black attack, the blue attack, or the red attack, you have the ability to know exactly what is going to be the next letter, what sequence it goes into. Is it a single letter, a double letter? Is it color, not color? I'm telling you, my printers don't like me right now. And also, when are you going to send those letters out? So ideally, you're sending out your letters every 35 days, okay? So the sequence of how frequent are you sending out the letters is here, right? So the reason why I'm saying that it's super important that you guys click on this tab is because once you get here, you have the free download. But then there's more, okay? We talk about gems on top of gems here. So you scroll down and you can literally see all the training. So if you have a question of how to set up, how to import a client, what do each tab means, because you came to this class, but after you came to the class, you know, you had another question and you weren't able to remember what happened, we actually have the videos here for you. Of course, you can always come here on Monday and Wednesday, but if for some reason it's a Tuesday and we don't have a class and you just want to know, hey, what do static letters do again? Or what are tax, right? Or hey, I need to add someone. How do I add them? Because I forgot. you guys will have the ability. The training is literally at your fingertips because we want you to be successful, whether you're doing this for yourself, your family, or everything in between. Okay. And then always, I love to talk about this contact us tab. It's also in the platform, and I will show you in a minute. But the contact us tab allows it if you have any questions, concerns, comments. Hey, if you want to do an affiliate or you have a press question, whatever it is, you can literally come here and put the information in to find out what you need to do. And our customer service is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So with that being said, if you have questions, you can email directly info@Dispute Panda, or you can come here, put your name in, put your email in, and then go ahead and put in the client information that you may have a problem with. So when I say client, remember that when you load yourself in the program, and I'm an advocate that if you are going to be helping others, you want to make sure that you're helping yourself as well. So you want to put yourself in the system and be able to have dialogue with your clients or with yourself on how does the process work? How long did it take for the letters to come back? Like all of that information is available for you right here. So before we go to the sign up, does anyone have any questions on the tabs that I've already spoken about? And also, this is really cool that you have the ability that you can get client support or if you have general questions. So this is something that gives you a lot of ideas of like, if you're not quite sure what question you want to ask, you can navigate the waters pretty well. So thank you, JM, for dropping the email in the chat. Any questions before we start the sign up process, guys? Go ahead and come off mute, Dr. Sutton.
I got one.
Okay. So I have some old clients that already paid me and I just wanted to do like some tuning up stuff for them. Is there a way for me to add them without having to build them or charge them in this system? Uh-oh, you're muted, Miss David.
Thank you, darling. So you can, I'm different people at different time, honey. So just get ready for the voices that's gonna come up in here, okay? Because I'm Caribbean, right? And then my father is English. So you never know what's gonna come, right? So, so just work with it. Okay. So as far as loading your clients in this platform, again, the platform is free. The only time that you have to worry about paying anything is when you're actually going through and pulling an attack. When you're doing that, however, the only card that should be on file should be yours, right? So when you are ready to actually work a client, and when we load, I'll be able to show you kind of like how that works. You would not be charging anyone anything because the platform is free, right? So putting them in, putting their ID in, if you work them in a different software, but you still have their ID because they haven't moved since Jesus was a baby, you know what I mean? You can plug all the information in there. And the only thing that you have to worry about is when it's time for you to pull around or pull an attack, and I'll show you how that works. Great question. Great question. King Elijah, is it Elijah? Elijah. What up, King? How can I help?
Elia.
Okay. You said Elia?
Yeah, Elia.
Awesome. How can I help you today?
So I have a question. How do I become a affiliate with Credit Dino?
I'm actually going to walk you through that in a moment so you'll be able to see because we're going to be doing both, especially for those that are on your computer, because my goal is to get you started, loaded in the system, and by the time we're done with this call, you would have printed your first round of letters. Okay.
Awesome.
So hang tight. We're going to get to that as soon as we log into the platform. Love it. Okay. And then Vivian in the chat says, so very new to Dispute Panda. Is it true that I can dispute items at all agencies at one time? Vivian, can you come off of mute for me? And I want to make sure that you're saying like dispute the credit bureau and you want to dispute the third-party companies such as LexisNexis and Novus, Clarity. Is that what we're talking about?
Well, I was really thinking about all of the credit bureaus at one time. Because I was thinking we had to go to each site differently to dispute items, or would this allow us to dispute items from TransUnion, all of them at one
Equifax
time.
and Experian.
Next, yeah.
Yep. So with this, every round that you get, because you have to pull in from a credit monitoring site, we are going to be discussing the actual credit dyno. So we're going to be able to show you how to become an affiliate. And we're also going to allow time for those that need to sign up to be able to sign up for Credit Dyno. Credit Dyno is the credit monitoring software that pulls from all three credit bureaus. Okay.
Okay.
So what you're able to do is once you pull in that credit report, which we're going to do live today, you have the ability to go ahead and you guys seeing? You have the ability to go ahead and actually see what's on all three credit bureaus at one time. And then the system with its artificial intelligence automatically pulls all of the negative stuff and checks the box for you. So we're going to go through the full walkthrough. What I'm going to do is show the video first. So we're going to watch a quick video first. It's probably going to be about 4 or 5 minutes. And then we're going to do it together. Now, what I want to point out is that we do not have the ability as of yet, guys, to, let me move that over a little bit. Is my camera good? Okay. We do not have the ability at this present time to use Dispute Panda on your cell phones. Okay, so that means that if you are wanting to onboard, upload, zip and zoo with me, you have to be at your computer to do it in real time. If you're not at your computer, but you want to watch, it's completely cool. But I just want to give you guys the updates that right now, the phone version is not an option. So if you have your computer with me, you can get to this screen that I'm at. And you want to click on sign up for free and just hang tight. We're going to dive in together. But that was a great question, Ms. Vivian. I love it. Come on. All right. So Isaiah, I think, says hello. Oh, hi. One of my clients' second round is tomorrow, but I just found out about the static letters. Would it be too late to send a static letter with the next step of the flow? You can send the static letter with the next step, darling. I will talk about methods and kind of like if you guys have questions on that, I can talk about how I do it. Everyone creates a flow. What I would recommend is track what you do. So if you're going to send out the static letter in round 2, which is completely fine. I normally do it in round 1. I do it in month 1. I do it again in month 3, and I do it again in month 6. That's just the flow that has worked for me, but you can do it at any time. So I don't want you to think the static letters are going to be a problem. For those of you that don't know what a static letter is, do not fret. I promise you, we're going to deep sea dive into this together, okay? And you will know exactly what a static letter is momentarily. So as y'all can tell, before y'all got on the live, you know, David and JM and I, we get into it, honey. And we go over the platform, we look at the videos. I actually had a question because I was like, I don't understand what he meant. And I was able to get the information that I needed myself. So with that being said, do not be afraid. I promise you, do not be afraid to go into this tab, figuring out how to get started, what attacks mean. Like, you can get everything that you need, meat and potatoes, because it literally took me 3 minutes to find the answer for what I was looking for, so I can correct a mistake that I made on Monday. See, I like to come back and give y'all the good sauce when I realized I done messed up. See, I'm like Wendy Williams. I tell the truth in the streets. Okay, so we're gonna get started. I'm gonna launch the video. Let me know if you guys can hear the sound, and if not, I'll make sure I can turn it on. Can y'all hear it?
The dashboard tab, settings, adding yourself as a client, adding someone else. Your
You guys
to-do
can't hear
list
it?
breaks down.
I'm sorry, can you guys hear that or you guys couldn't hear it?
Yeah, we can hear it.
Some people are saying they could, some people are saying they
It
can't.
skipped
Okay,
out for a few seconds, then it came back. So we
Okay.
missed like the couple frames.
okay, cool beans. I'm gonna start it over. Let me know what you're hearing.
Your
Let me know.
software to Dispute Panda. So first, let's look at our dashboard tab. Once you log in, you'll come to a screen that looks like this. And let's do a quick overview. So your to-do list breaks down the things that you need to do for the clients that you've added. So if you added yourself to Dispute Panda, once 35 days has passed, you will have something on your to-do list specifying that you need to move forward. Missing documents will specify all the clients that are missing documents, and birthdays are showing the clients that have birthdays coming up. You have the ability to upgrade to Dispute Panda Pro. We'll cover Dispute Panda Pro in a different tutorial. You also can become an affiliate of Credit Dyno. So Credit Dyno is the recommended credit monitoring for Dispute Panda. When you use Credit Dyno, at the time of this recording, you will receive a free attack every 35 days, and there's another training for that. If you click this Become Affiliate, you can become an affiliate of Credit Dyno and earn up to $22 for every referred client that signs up for Credit Dyno monitoring via your link. You'll also send the email to support@creditdyno.com for their additional affiliate commission plans. All right, that is our dashboard tab. Let's add ourselves as a client to Dispute Panda. So you want to go to clients, and then you're going to see a screen that looks like this. You have your active clients and inactive clients here. You can search for clients. You can use a filtering system. So as you add more clients or people that you would like to help, you can use the functions here to navigate them easily. When you hit the new client, you want to fill all this information in. Now, this is important. Everything you put here will be on the letters that you send to the credit bureaus. So you need to make sure that the first name, last name, middle name, phone number, last 4 digits of the social, the street address, all of this has to match what is going to be on your identification documentation that you're sending as well. And we're going to get into that in a second. If you are adding yourself into Dispute Panda first, putting your first name, last name, and everything like that, be mindful of your email address. You cannot use the same email that you use to sign up for your Dispute Panda account. So let me fill this out to give you an example of what I mean. Now, I've completed this as a new client, and I use the same exact email address that I used to establish my Dispute Panda account. If I was to go to click save here, you're going to get an error message. Client cannot have the same email address as CRO. What this means is you cannot use the same account you're using to log into Dispute Panda as your own client. So you have to have a different email address. So if you wanted to use the same email address and it's the Gmail, you can just add a plus here, and then I'm able to save. Once you create yourself inside of the system, you add clients manually the same exact way. Now, if you're an existing credit repair company and you're moving from other softwares, you can do a mass import of all your clients by using the import function here. Once you click the import button, you will click upload a CSV file using this template. So you can go to your other credit softwares, you can download your list in an Excel file, and then you want to modify that list to make sure it looks like this template. So let me open up the template for you. So that template file looks like this, and it includes everything that's needed to create a client. So all the fields here are all the fields that we just manually input. So once you have your list from your other credit software, you will come in and then you will add them here too. You just pretty much add a row, you'll put the email in, the first name, the middle initial, if they have one, the last name. Suffix is not required. Phone number is your date of birth, your last 4 of your social, your street address, your city, the state. Put US as the country and then the zip code. Once you have this all done and complete, you simply will come back here, you will click upload CSV file, and then you will add the CSV file that you just saved with all your clients, and then everything will populate easily. If you are having issues doing a mass import, you can send an email to info disputepanda.com. If you provide a CSV file or an Excel sheet with all of your clients, support can help you do a bulk import of your clients. So let's move on to once you have yourself added as a client, now you're inside of the profile tab, right? So the profile tab, this information is the same information that you added to the client list here. When you're on your documents tab, you want to include 3 forms of identification. And the 3 forms of identification.
All right. So we're going to dive into that, guys, in a moment. Is everyone at their computer ready to go? Drop some pandas in the chat. Let me know so we can get started together. Panda, 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 panda. Next time I'm going to play the song because I'm addicted, okay, to the song by Designer. So y'all can feel me. All right, so we're going to get started and I'm going to share a few pieces with you. Now, this site that we're on is for us to create a Dispute Panda login. So that is for us as a corporation, as an entity, no matter how you want to do it. You have to do this step first before you're able to actually load yourself in as a client and start dipping and doing. So as he stated before, you're going to put your name in and you're going to put your information. What email haven't I used lately? Hang on one second, guys, because I gotta remember my emails. Okay. So I already have one, but we got to make one together. My business is Evolving Eve Consulting Services. If you do not have a business, do not fret. You just leave this blank. Simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You want to put your phone number in here, and then you want to make sure that you create a password. You know, make my life simple just in case I get timed out. All right, so you're going to click that you're signing up, that you want the email, updates, products, resources. I'm going to tell you guys the truth. I normally am not a person that likes emails and all of the dips and do's. But a lot of the tips that are given, even though I've been doing credit repair for a while, it does help me. Sometimes I've noticed that like I might feel a little off center and he'll send like a realistic message that speaks to my spirit. Okay. So if you guys are doing this, whether it's for yourself or you're potentially going to do this as a business, having this email information is totally dope. So you can definitely choose to sign up for it. Once you get here, here are the terms and conditions. What I will tell you is that you can read this at any time. I'm personally going to click through it because I already know what they expect of me, what they're telling me that we have access to, but you guys should definitely read this and I'm going to accept it. You have the ability to go back and read the terms and conditions, but what I want to advise is that while you're in the software, this verified email will be up. If you don't have a moment to go and click the verification and get that done, do not fret. We can still move forward. You just want to get this done at some point so that you have access to the complete platform and they know that your email is a valid email. So what I like to do before we even get started is go over the tabs on the side, and then we're going to load ourselves in as a client. For Mr. King that was there, on the main screen, once you get in, you would actually click on become an affiliate. You would put your information in here, and then you're able to become an affiliate and use your own designated code for Credit Dino for you to then start making passive income, right? I personally post at the end of every month. I post my link. It's in my link tree. I talk about, hey, do you know what your credit score is? Christmas is coming. Y'all are going to want the ball till you fall. Have you check to make sure that your credit score is where it needs to be. Like I'm very strategic that is an auto post that goes out on my Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat even. I'm not a Twitter beast yet, but I do use TikTok. So I do put it out there at the end of every month or the beginning of the month so that I can try and get passive income just by creating that knowledge in that post. And I will also use it in tandem with like other things. So like it's Hispanic Awareness Month. Are you looking to travel? Like try to find a way to tie it in. And this way you can be making $8 at the low end up to $22 per person that signs up for Credit Dino. So a great way to make passive income. And then of course, if you want to update to the pro, you get the ability to do that straight from here. So we're gonna move over to it's my left column. The first one is the dashboard. So the dashboard is what we are on right now. It gives you the information of what rounds you have, if there's any clients that are missing. And normally if you loaded clients in here, this is where you would see the information. And I love that the pros get the birthday tab. So like, you know, if your client's birthday is about to pop up, so you can be really, really dope and be like, happy birthday, girl. And they think that you're just so amazing because you remember their birthday, right? When it's the system doing it for you with ease. If you have any clients, that list would be found here. You can also click on this search tab, which is always up here. It doesn't matter what's on here. You do have to type in the first 3 characters of that person's name in order for it to pull up the client. So if you're looking for Smith or Smitty, you have to type in SMI, right? And then it will bring up everyone with the SMI in their name. You can also search inactive clients. This is where you saw before where you can import a client. And this is where we're going to come to add ourselves as a client in a moment. So you have all the information here. And then if you want to know what the status is, when was the client added, if letters went out, you'll be able to see it on this screen. And I'll show you again once I've loaded myself in as a client. Okay. So letters, love the letters. This is where you can see the letters that you sent out for your clients. Now this system does have an embedded in the software. You can utilize and leverage the system to mail the letters out for you. Now I like to cover that because you get to track what's going on with the letters. You get to track what's going on with the letters. And this is just telling you what the status is. This is the same linkage to the USPS site. So you don't have to go to the USPS and come here. Like, we are connected. So you're able to go ahead and track any certified mail. You are not able to track any first class mail. The difference between the two. So think of first class mail as I got an envelope, I put a stamp on it, I took it to the post office. That's just standard first class mail. The tracking is where you get the serial number and you get to know if the letter actually made it to the location. When we go over the guide, you will see which letters are told to be trackable versus which ones are not. So you kind of have a great idea of what you're going to need to do to create balance in your overhead and your pricing model if you choose to do this as a business. Now, one of the guidelines, I like to cover the guidelines if you choose the mailing option. Mail goes out Monday through Friday only. If you guys are like me, where you work a 9 to 5 and you coach and you do your credit repair business after, then you might be like me. Like yesterday, I was up till midnight, 1 o'clock, doing letters, stuffing envelopes, things of that nature. I personally take my letters to the post office. However, if you do not want to, you can go through this software and you have the ability to send your letters off. So if you're working on Saturday, that means you know that your letters are not going to go out until Monday morning. If you are working on letters, any letters that are processed at 12 p.m. Goes out the same day. Anything after 12 p.m. goes out the next day. And that normally takes about 72 hours to update, right? It says all mail will arrive within 4 to 7 days. So depending on if you're doing tracking or you're just doing standard. Again, they rely on the post office scanning in the documentation, honey. Okay. So with that being said, if the workers don't scan, that's the only time we don't have an update. The update won't display. It won't display on USPS, as I said, and it won't display on here either. So Other than that, this is where you can kind of track, see where the letters are going if you're using their software to send out the letters for you. Inbox is a pro feature that allows you to communicate with your clients on the database, right? That's what the Dispute Panda Pro gives you. You also have this tab here that are reports. That's also a pro feature. It's basically a great way for you to have an auditing conversation with your client. And I'm also going to show you how you can do it once you load the credit profile into the client's profile. I'll show you a really cool way that you can have dialogue that you say to your client, you tripping, but I got you, okay? Now, the subscription is also a pro feature. This is where you can have your designated plan. So if you have one pricing plan for clients that do not have bankruptcies, do not have repos, things of that nature, but then you can have another plan for all of those things. Or if you want to have a la carte pricing, if you want to do pay per delete pricing, you have the option to make those plans for yourself and also payment forms, okay? And just like in the other screen, when you click on training, it takes you back here where you can download your guide. Before we go any further, I need pandas in the chat to make sure that you guys downloaded your guide. Did everyone download their guide? If you did it, everyone under the sound of my voice, I need y'all to download it. Come on, B2. Come on, Clarence. I need you to download. Oh, Dr. See, Doctor, I knew you were with me, girl. I knew you were with me. I knew you were with me. I knew it. As my son would say, I knew it. I'm gonna drop the training link here. iPhone, I don't know who you are, but thank you so much for dropping that Panda. Fonda. Okay, King, I'm gonna give you that excuse because I know I saw the steering wheel when you came on and you showed your face. Okay, so I'm gonna let you go today. Okay, but I'm gonna need you when you get home to click on the training tab, and I'm gonna need you to download your guide if you have not done so. It is imperative because I want y'all to be successful. Okay, and of course, I showed you guys the contact button before. It's the same thing here, and you just gain access to it through the when you're in the actual portal. Now, this right here is something I love to talk about. Okay, it's the billing because I like money. Okay, we can't be afraid to talk about money. Money circulates in this room. Okay, I give money, it comes back to me because my money doesn't go away. It comes back. It circulates, right? So we got to talk about this billing platform. So as you guys know, every round costs $17. So every month that you come in to get another round of attack, you have to pay $17 for those letters. However, if you guys sign up to Credit Dino, you get free attacks. So this is the only platform that gives you the ability to actually have a credit repair company for free. So what that means is if you sign up for a Credit Dino affiliate link, you give that affiliate link to your client signs up and gives you the username and password, you plug it in here. Once you load the reporting, guess what you get? A free round of attack. So every 35 days, you can come into the system, and as long as your client is paying for the credit monitoring, you are doing credit repair for free. You are not paying for any attacks. So I'm going to show you how that works when I get to the other screen, but I wanted to go over some key features right here, right now, so y'all can get into it. So if you guys wanted to go to the pro, you can click here. The pro option is $1 for 14 days, and then it's $197 thereafter. Good question. Mr. O said, how much is the credit monitoring? So the credit monitoring is $29.99. It also gives you your client's credit report for 7 years. So Smart Credit, all of the others, Identity IQ, they're only giving you your client's credit reports for a 2-year window. This one gives you the full 7 years of your client's report. So you're not guessing, and I'm going to explain as to what that benefit is. When you guys are using the other credit monitoring software, sometimes you'll see that the account says it is now in good standings, but it shows it was derogatory in the past. That's correct, $29.99 a month. It was derogatory in the past, but you can't see where it was derogatory because it's outside of that 24-month window. Well, in this software, you have the capability of actually seeing that information in real time. So you don't have to wait until your first round goes out and the credit bureau answers for you to know that your client was late 3 years ago. Okay. And then you can have that educated conversation on, is this something that we should dispute or we shouldn't? And we're going to go over some hot topics when we get there. Because remember, I'm Wendy Williams, y'all. So hot topics. I'm Wendy Williams, but I don't have all the drama. Just remember that. Okay. So we're going to go over the tabs real quick, and then we're going to dive in to what this purchase means and how it can benefit you. Okay. So your profile is your information. So I can upload my picture, and then when because I have Pro, when they log in, they'll be able to see my wonderful picture on there and know that I'm the person that's helping them. You don't have to put a photo in there, but you can. My contact information is here. And then if I'm a company or a corporation, I have the ability to put my logo in here, my website, my email address, all of the things. Okay. And also I can put my contract in here. Okay. So when you scroll up, I love that this tab is available. So there is an option for team member. What that means is, let's say you decide to have a VA, or in my case, I get my daughter because she is my VA. Okay. We are definitely a family-owned business. We are definitely a family-owned business. And with that being said, my 2 children do come on and they will help me pull letters and do rounds for my clients. With them doing that capability, they don't have access as a team member to change anything. So they can come in, they can work on the clients. I'm going to show you how we protect your client information so that if you are using an outsourcer, they don't get to see any of the information. But you are able to go ahead and assign them their own login information so they don't have the same accesses that you do. Also, if you have other credit monitoring softwares, I don't know why you would, but if you decided to, you can plug this here, and what that will do is if you're in the Pro version, your client will have an option to pick from different credit monitorers that shows on their side under the payment form and in the reports. Okay. The disputing option. So 1 second, I see that there's some questions in the chat. Thank you, JM. Okay, so if I sign up for Credit Dyno myself, will I still be able to get a free attack? Yes. Every 35 days, as long as you're paying for it, you get a free attack. That's completely fine. How many do you have sample contracts? So I personally do not. I know that JM, can you drop the community? I'm so sorry. I meant to say this earlier. Dispute Panda has a community. So we have a community for the Pro and for the standard members that you have the ability to come into the room, ask questions, because my contract is based on the state of Texas. Okay. If you're in different states, what needs to be there is completely different. So thanks, David. Thanks, JM. So they have dropped in the chat the community. If you have not signed up for the community, I don't care if you're on your cell phone, you're dipping and doing, I need you to click that link so that once you get off the call, you're able to go ahead and finish registering. It's going to send you a password to your email so that you'll be able to confirm and you'll be able to get into the community and have support. So we are looking to get contracts. We are looking to get a sample contract in the community so that people can come in and download, but you will have to edit it specifically to your state. Great question. How many team members can you have? That's a great question. I'm going to be honest with you. I believe it's unlimited right now. I don't believe that it's capped off. I will confirm and I will have that information on Monday. Right now, I know someone who has about 12 different people that is on her platform under team members, and she's not having any issues. So depending on how big your team is, it keeps saying credit report. Okay, give me 1 second, Mr. O, so I can come back to you because I want to get you offline. And when we get to the credit monitoring, the credit portion, I'll be happy to make sure that I dive into that question. Oh, yep, and JM already dropped the training. So today I'm only going to go over how we are going to be able to upload a credit report from Credit Dyno. In the training platform, it does show you how you can do it with other platforms. So if you look, if you have a different platform, if you have Smart Credit, if you have Identity IQ and My IQ, it's actually already there for you. Oh, JM got the answer for you. There's no limit on team members. Come on, JM, pull up to the club. Pull up to the club. All right, so back to what I was saying here, and I'm going to get back to the questions in a moment, but the disputing option. So the credit bureaus have 7 or 8 different addresses, y'all. They have no problem switching their addresses on us, zipping and doing. So if you see that the addresses are not coming back, or if you see on the credit report that instead of the Experian 9701, it's 9702, you can come here, edit it, change it, hit save, and this is now the address that's going to be printed on the letter for you to mail off to your client. Okay, so do not be alarmed. Sometimes it happens that the credit bureaus like to switch up their addresses because they like to keep us guessing and on our toes. But unfortunately for them, because they keep that information on the credit report, we get it anyway. So no worries there. Also, if you have, so we're back at the billing. So this billing section, the reason why it's important is because you have the ability to do bulk billing, which means you can purchase a bulk price, $1,000 worth of credits, $200 worth of credits, $50 worth of credits. But we saw that there were people that were actually getting a set amount because they were using this for themselves or for their family. So we have now what's known as a subscribe and save option. The subscribe and save is $20. You pay $20, but you get $30 every single month. Or you can pay $60 and get $90 of credits every single month. Given the fact that if you're using Credit Dyno, it's $17, but it's free because you're using Credit Dyno for your credit monitoring, you have the ability to go ahead and basically use this if you want the system to mail, because remember, you still have to pay for the printing, the postage, and all of those good things. And I'll show you what that looks like. But you would put your information on here. So I want to stress that for yourself, whether you're doing this for other people as a credit repair organization, or you're doing it for yourself, the card that is supposed to be used is your card. You do not want to put your customer's card in here that you're helping, okay? I hope I made sense there. So you can select either one that will be beneficial for you. And then once you are done, you just hit save and your card would be saved on file and you would be able to move forward with getting everything that you need. If you would like, there are different payment methods. So you can add your debit card, you can add your credit card. And if you want to make, let's say a bulk payment, say I want to go ahead and buy $200, I can check out. And I'm able to do debit, credit, and also check, okay? So you're not limited with what you need to do, and you can get dipping and doing real quick in these credit streets. Invoices are bills. Again, these are pro members, Panda Pro, statements. These are all additional options that you have where you can have access to invoices for credit purchase. This is going to be what you purchased. In this billing screen, you'll know exactly what you bought and how much you spend, or if you have any statements for your clients. This activity is to know what a tax you've done, if you've used mailing, and whatever credits you have. So remember I stated that whenever you use Credit Dyno, it automatically gives you a round of credit for free, a round of disputing for free. So yeah, that's an option there. And then the integration is also a pro feature where you can use Zapier to get everything done for you. The last option here is for referrals, where you can become a referral partner for Dispute Panda. And this is your agreement so that once they roll that out, you would be an affiliate, and anyone that you refer to the software will give you added benefits. Okay, love that. So I went through the tabs. We went through everything. Before we get started and load anyone as a client, what questions do you guys have so far with what I've gone over? No questions? All hearts and minds are clear so far? Okay. Okay. Yep. Okay. King, do you have a question or you don't have any questions? Oh, you don't? Okay. I'm sorry, what did you say, Miss Boutique LLC?
For free out the mail today. I should get y'all one. I had one of these before.
I'm sorry, I wasn't able to hear you. My apologies. Is there a way to do a credit analysis? Yes, I will show you. And on the pro version, there is a more seamless way, but I am going to show you an option that is available on the free version. Boutique LLC, I'm so sorry I wasn't able to hear you. If you want to type it in the chat, I'll follow back up, but we're going to go ahead and get started and load ourselves in as a client. So hopefully everyone that is on here is by their computer that can get in. And if you haven't loaded yourself in as of yet, no frets, we are going to do it together. And I'm going to get started. I'm gonna use my husband today because I keep using myself and I promise you it's a problem. So you're gonna put the name in, I personally like to make sure that it's all capitalized. Now, one thing I'm gonna tell you is you don't have to use senior, junior, whatever. However, for me, when I'm dealing with a family, because a lot of times I'm referred out and it's the whole family that comes in and deals with me. If there's a George 1, 2, 3, 4, 17, I am putting that information in there so that I know exactly who I'm working with. Please remember that the information that is on this particular platform is going to be generated on the letter. So when it asks you for the last four of the social, for instance, that information is going to be on the letter. When you're putting in the address, you want the address to be specifically line by line. So you don't want to put the city, state, and zip code here because it's going to be printed incorrectly on the letter. So you want to have the street address where it needs to be. You want to have the city where it needs to be, the state, and the zip code. The date of birth, you want to make sure it's valid. And if you have the pro version, once you create this profile, you have the ability to click invite client to save client access. It will automatically send an email out to your client for them to go ahead and sign up with no issues and no problems, okay? And then you just click save. Your client is now loaded. Their information is in there. Any questions on you guys loading clients in at this time? Nope, no questions? Cool. So the way that you're gonna work this system is from top to bottom, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to show you guys how to use the software seamlessly. Now, when you're talking to your clients, there's a few pieces of information that I definitely need you guys to know for you to share with your client. Can you guys see my screen still? Let me know. Drop some pandas in the chat. Y'all can see. All right. Thank you, Doc. All right. So when you're talking to your clients and we're talking about verifying their information, there are pieces of documents that need to be attached to the letters that you are sending to the credit bureau. If your client's address that is on their driver's license is not the address that they live at, don't use that ID because we want to make sure that there's consistency across the board. So if their driver's license or their state ID has an out-of-date address, this is the list. Y'all can print it. Y'all can take a screenshot of it. It also appears in the training module for you to have for your client. So you can choose their social security card, the pay stubs, the W-2, a 1099. If they just left their husband or their wife and they done changed their names, honey, utilize that document that validates that they are who they say they are. And that'd be a proof of identification, right? Now, when you want to do a proof of address to validate that they live where they say they live, you have to remember that any piece of mail, a cell phone bill, gas bill, anything like that, you're going to need to get the information renewed every 90 days. So if you're using a light bill or utility bill as a second verifier or a proof of address, you want to make it your business that you're keeping up with getting that new documentation every 90 days. The rental lease agreement should be for a full year, so you never have to worry about that if you're leveraging that as your proof of address. Same thing with a mortgage statement. Bank statements, I still ask for them every 90 days because I like to keep on top of things, okay? So this is actually in the how do I add a client to Dispute Panda credit repair software. So if you guys are loading a client and they're like, oh my gosh, I don't remember what I can ask for, this is in the training video that is online for you. I like to make life simple and easy, okay? So any questions about documentation that you can leverage to verify that your client is who they say they are? No? Why is that updated every 90 days? Okay, great question, Santana. Because they want to make sure that you still live where you say you live. So if you're using your W-2 or your bank statement, if you're using your state ID, if you're using your lease, that doesn't have to be changed. But any billing documentation, you want to make sure that it's updated so that there's no errors when it gets to the credit bureau for them to say that that's not valid. Okay, and then of course the third document, great question, Santana. The third document is the Social Security card, okay? Now, my pleasure, darling. All right, so now we're gonna jump into it and we are going to load my fake person in the system, okay? So don't laugh when y'all see this ID because I know it don't look like me, okay? So you can click on it or you can drag and drop. So one of the cool features that is on this platform is sometimes, and I don't know if you guys, because I know everyone is at a different place, but sometimes clients will send you stuff and it'll be like a big old piece of paper and the ID is just sitting right here in the middle of it. And you like, really, bro? Really? Well, the software gives you the ability where you can crop out what you don't need or add what you do need into the frame. The reason why this is important is because if you are doing letters, number one, you know the ink is inking, y'all. Okay. That tone, I have two printers back there. Oh, my purse is in the way. I have two printers back there. Okay. And one of them, it's like $85 at Office Depot. Now, y'all know I be doing some Amazon. Okay. I just paid my little $45. But the cost of the ink for that particular printer is $85. Now it does print over 15,000 pages. So it does give me a long time, but I do have a lot of clients that I work with, right? So at the end of the day, that's overhead. That's what it costs for me to do business, right? The ink cost, the paper cost, the envelopes cost, the stamps cost. That is all a part of doing business. Well, what we don't want to do is spend where we don't need to. So if you have a way to save, you want to do that. So if you add this in here and your client gave you it on a big piece of paper, you can crop it. And I'm going to show you because I'm going to actually upload a bill. So this is their proof of address. First of all, they don't need these people business. Let's start there. Okay. All they need to do is get the actual valid address for the client. So this right here is all they need. Here's his address, his city and state. So I can really take all this out and just use this portion. But because I'm leveraging the date to validate that my person lives there, for me, I would keep the date in the frame. Okay. And then I just hit save and crop. If for some reason I did it wrong, you just click the X. It deletes it all together and it gives you the ability to add that documentation back and you can crop and go as you desire. Okay. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Same thing with the social security card. We grab the social security card. If you want to turn it around, so if they give it to you upside down, because honey, they will, okay? You can go ahead and flip it. You don't have to feel like, oh my gosh, this is how it has to be on the form. I promise you, you do not. What is what? I guess it is, what if they are young and don't have a bill to validate their address? Okay, so if they don't have a bill, they can take whatever on this second list as a proof of validating their address. A paycheck stub, if they have a job, you want to leverage that. A W-2 form, a 1099 form, a rental lease agreement. Even if they don't have a lease agreement, if they live with their parents can get like a rental lease agreement, and you can leverage that as well if they're still living at home. Bank statement, state ID, things of that nature that can validate that the person is who they say they are, right? So there are different options under the proof address. Voters registration, it is not on the list, so I don't believe that that would work. But I can do some research, and I will be back on next Monday to see if that's an option for you to use. I do know that the valid driver's license, if the driver's license has the address on there, that is the proof of identification, and that's the proof of address. So that's a twofer, right? Let me go ahead and close that for you. So once you have hit here, this is where you would go to upload your client's credit report. So as you can see on this option, you have a couple of options in the dropdown. I am literally going to be doing Credit Dyno, and I'm going to pause really quickly and take you guys back to the dashboard. So if you guys have not signed up for Credit Dyno, hang on one second. I'm going to take you back to the main screen. This is where you would go to get your Credit Dyno. So Miss Vivian, are you still here? I hope Miss Vivian's still here. I'm not quite sure she's here, but I'm going to drop this in the chat for you guys to have. So the Credit Dyno gives you the ability for you to physically pull the credit report. So you can sign up. And one of the great things about Credit Dyno is you don't have to keep coming back here to pull an updated report. So for those of you who are a little bit more familiar with all of the other credit monitoring softwares, if you do not physically go in every single month and click refresh report or order with Smart Credit, you got to go up to the top, hit 3B report, click that you want to order a new report. You are not able to get the updated numbers without going to the actual host and requesting that. But with Credit Dyno, you don't have to do that. Once you've signed up, you've paid your $29.99, you literally would just come here for your client. Let me put my client back in. I gotta remember I use my husband, not myself. There we go. You come back here and let me make this. And there's a button right here that says Credit Dyno one-click import. So every 35 days, you come in here, as long as you have the login and username and password, you go ahead and you click this, it will automatically update the report for you because it's at that 35-day window. So you don't have to sign in anywhere else. Your client doesn't have to do anything major. You just come in here, one click, and you're done, okay? So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for a moment so that I can put in the credit monitoring information for my fake client. While I'm here, do you guys have any additional questions? Yes, and I love that David drops the reminder in the chat that after you have imported your credit report, you get a free attack. So I'm actually going to show you what that looks like in a moment. Are you able to upload the credit report from Credit Hero Score? No, the companies that are listed here are Identity IQ, MyScore IQ, Smart Credit, and Credit Dyno. How long does it take for them to proof of ID goes through Panda. I'm not understanding the question. Can you come off of mute, Fonda?
So when you upload the ID and the proof of address, how long does it take for them to check that identity?
When you say them, who is them?
Dispute Panda.
Dispute Panda is not checking any identity. That ID and the information that you put in the software is attached to the letter that's going to the credit bureau. So Credit Dyno is not checking any identification for you. They're not validating anything. This is just a software to generate letters to dispute with the credit bureaus or the creditors or both.
Okay, so I uploaded the Credit Dyno to the client and everything. So just I would go under like disputing and it'll tell me which accounts okay, now I see it. I just put it in there. I see it now. Okay, thank you.
My pleasure, my love. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to sharing my screen. Let's go here. All right, can y'all see my screen right now? Drop some pandas in the chat for me. Awesome, thank you. Great question, Fonda. So once you have loaded your person, when you click back on profile, you'll be able to see the scores. And then you'll see that the disputing tab is now open for you, okay? So what this disputing tab is, it takes all of the information from the credit report and gives you access in real time for you to see what's on your client's credit report. Now, public information is any bankruptcies, any child support liens, things of that nature that would show up here. Judgments, you'll see that on here. And it also tells you where it's being housed. Is it Equifax, Experian, or TransUnion? Okay. Also, when you scroll down, it breaks down your accounts. So the system systemically looks at negative information and it auto checks what should be disputed for your client in real time. You don't have to worry about anything, right? If for some reason your client says something like, I'm going to court with Discover, or you know that you're in litigation with Discover, you can choose to uncheck that and not include that in your rounds of disputing through the process. If you are new to the service, you do not have to uncheck anything. You can let the artificial intelligence be artificially intelligent, okay? And just leave it alone and let it do what it do, all right? Now, one pro tip that I like to give, just in case for the new people in the room, one of the things that I want you to be clear of is that when you're clicking inquiries, you want to make sure that the inquiry is not attached to any account listed at the bottom. So, for instance, Capital One is up here and the person has a Capital One account. If this account was open and active, I would not be disputing that inquiry, okay? Because I run the risk of closing that account. So you are not going to go into the system and actually click on this because you can close that, you can potentially close your client's account that is attached to that inquiry. Because what you're telling the credit bureau is, this was never authorized by me and I need you to stop it right now. Now, if you want to search, you can do me. I'm an old school. I like to scroll on the screen. Okay, that's what they say down here. Okay. If you do not want to scroll, you can go ahead and do Control B or Command B, and you can type in the inquiry, and then it will tell you if it's attached. So you can search. So OneMain isn't there. So if I wanted to, I can include the inquiry for OneMain because OneMain has no open and active account for my client's profile down here, okay? Now, one of the lovely things that I love to talk about is this wonderful I button, okay? So that's a great question, Keisha. any attack that you're going, you select the flow. There's the rounds and the flows depend on what you're looking for. So when I say what depends on what you're looking for, the way that Dispute Panda has generated their dispute flow is, do you want to be more efficient or do you want to be more effective? No matter which flow you select, it will help you whether you're doing bankruptcy, repos, or child support. It just depends on how quickly or how aggressive you're wanting to use, if you're wanting to be more effective or more efficient. And I'll show you that in a minute when we decide to pick the letter as a group. So when you click the I, you are able to go ahead and see a summary of your client's profile. You can see what's on each credit bureau. So as you can see, Capital One is only reporting to Experian and TransUnion. The payment history tells you how many times has that person paid on time. How many times has that person been late? Like, let's get into it. And now you can have a conversation with yourself, if it's you, like, hey, boo, I need to work on the 70% because we know that 192 points roughly is 35% of my credit score, right? 35% of my credit score is actually based on 192 points of me paying on time. So when you are not on time, you're chipping away at that 192 points. So you can have that conversation with yourself like, okay, going forward, I'm not going to be late paying this payment, right? But take it in a little bit further. When you are going through the software, you have the ability to have the conversation of how are you using said credit that you have. So in this particular case, we're not talking about, let's say this account was open and you were having a conversation with your client. You'll be talking to them and saying to them, hey, your credit limit is $4,000. You're using $4,823. Well, the next highest point of your credit score, when you have the 5 components, the biggest is your payment history. The next biggest is your credit utilization. You are using over 110% of the available credit on your profile. That's not okay, because 165 points roughly is based on how much available credit you have. So everyone has this, oh, it's 30%, it's 30%. Realistically, if you want to be in the 700 or 800 club, your goal is to be under 15%. Most of the people that I know that are in the 800 club, their utilization is actually well under 10%. So when you're looking at your client and you're having a conversation with them, you're like, sis, your utilization, you're over your limit. You can literally have a clear conversation with them and show them in black and white what are the key factors that is prohibiting you from reaching the credit score that you want. Because here's the truth. I can write all the letters in the land. Your behavior is going to dictate whether or not you're going to be in the 700, 800, or the 400 club. And I've used the parallel of, and I'm a thick girl, y'all. Okay, I'm chunky. I'm full figured. Okay, and I used to be 300 pounds. Okay, and at the end of the day, no amount of exercise was going to outdo my eating behavior, right? Whether that was me not eating because I was stressed out and I was like, I'm not going to eat, or me overeating because I haven't eaten in days and now I'm ready to eat, right? If I'm not doing the right behaviors on a consistent basis, I am going to keep on being chunky. Okay, now I like being chunky, but I want to be able to tie my shoes. So that's why I lost a little bit of weight. Don't worry about all that. But I want to bend over and tie my shoes. Okay, so that's the same premise when it comes to credit. No amount of letters, because if I remove all of the whatever is outdated, whatever is inaccurate, if you are still maxing out your cards, honey, you're going to stay in the 500 club. If you're still maxing out this and that, if you're still paying late, you're still going to stay in the same portion that you are. And a lot of people look at the numbers when in reality, I've had people who have had a lower credit score, but their credit report, they have no lates on their credit report. They only have like 2 or 3 credit cards and they're paying on time. Guess what? That lower number can still make stuff move because the body of the report, this information that we're looking at, is giving them the substance that the underwriters are looking for to say, yes, this person is still creditworthy, even though they're not in the 600 and 700 club, because they pay on time, because they're being a responsible borrower for their revolving account. They're never late on their installment accounts. So while you're building your credit profile, you want to make sure that you're having this in-depth conversation. If it's with yourself, hallelujah, okay? You want to talk to yourself and be like, hey girl, we're going to get this together, okay? We're going to pay down on these limits, and we're going to make sure that we're making things happen for us, right? You're going to have to be that self-motivator. Now, another pro tip that I like to give is that when we have a client that is over their balance, we're not just telling them to make their minimum payment. We're asking them to make their minimum payment times 2 plus $4. That will give them breathing room so that the interest does not eat them out of house and home. Understand that your client that is having this experience, majority of their funds are going to the interest and not the principal. We want to put them up on game on how they'll be able to maneuver and win in these credit streets. And that is my tagline, honey. That is what I do. And King, thank you so much. I'm trying to break it down so I can make sure y'all understand. So Monday, there was a question in the room, and I thought Omar was going to be here today, and I am so sorry. So I wanted to correct an error that I made on Monday. On Monday, I said that the option to make your own letter is not there, and that is not correct. So this message tab, it gives you the ability, if you want to do factual disputing or consumer law for a specific account, you can literally type it in here. And so for this is for the more advanced individuals. You can literally type it in here and you can save it. So let's say you want to do consumer and you know you're going to do consumer law disputing multiple times. You can put it in here, type it in here, whatever the code is that you want to use. UC 681I, because they like to do stuff like that. You can save it so that you'll be able to use it again moving forward. Or you can keep it here and just be able to have it for this particular round. What will end up happening if you do this message is that the normal of flow, so let's say we are doing attack 1, and that flow is going to show up on all the other letters, but not on this letter for you. So I wanted to give that update because it completely set my mind. But you can write the code here that you want to use for that particular law. You go ahead and hit save this message. You can title it if you want to, so that you know if you're going to use this code over and over again. If you don't, that's completely fine. And you just save, and the message will be in here. So when the letters print, it will automatically print. So if you want to do a mix of factual and consumer law and use the Metro 2 attacks that comes with the software, do not hesitate. Feel free to do so. Come on, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, I love it. Okay. Now, if you decide, you know what, I don't want to do that. Let me get this first round out or this second round out and just follow the flow. You can simply hit remove, and the letter will print with all of the same templates from the other disputed rounds that you have. So you have a lot of detail, a lot of bread and potatoes that are in here that you can have the conversation. Now, to Miss Keisha, in the pro version, there is an option that when you upload the credit report, you have the ability to actually send that to the client, and it's a cute little analysis report that basically says, what's the verbiage I'm looking for? Like it says, this is your account, this is when you should pay, or like how much you should pay down. Like it breaks it down for the client. It does give them a nice little analysis of what their account looks like, over what their profile looks like overall, and key tips of what they need to work on going forward, okay? So once we get here, you're going to hit the save filter option, and then you'll be able to move to the account, to the round and the attack portion. So Panda's in the chat for all of those that were able to download to their dispute tab, the free training. Everybody, I remember y'all, some people said that they had it, some people said they didn't. Y'all had time now. Y'all have it, because we about to have a war over here on what we're gonna do. Okay. So all of these attacks are great to use. You don't have to choose one over the other, okay? However, for me, oh, King is driving. King, you excluded, honey. We know you're driving, baby. We know you're driving. Thank you, Kenneth. Red is recommended, and I like to say that because I'm more effective. However, I do have clients that I know that if they have a specific goal like home ownership and they are not pressed for time, and let me be clear, in this industry, we do not guarantee anything. I guarantee that I will send out your letters. That's the only thing I'm guaranteeing for you, okay? If you are one of my members where I don't send out the letters, but I send the letters to you because I do have a program like that where they're in my coaching program, and I generate the letters, I send it to them, and then they are responsible for mailing the letters out, and we have a monthly meeting. I do have that option for me. With that, it's normally people who are willing to do the efficiency. It takes a little bit more time. It does. When I say it takes a little bit more time, it's a little bit more detailed and it's more paper. So you want to make sure that you're making a decision as to what you want to do. All of these flows are great. None is better than the other. Red is recommended. I use red a lot, especially with my bankruptcy clients. I'm very much an advocate for the red. Okay. But since you guys are in the chat, and I know that some of you guys did download, I want to take a quick poll. How many people want to do the red attack? And how many people want to do the blue attack? So if you guys want to do red, you could drop a red heart. If you want to do blue, oh, I see some reds in the chat. Okay, come on. If y'all want to do blue, give me a thumbs up. It looks like red is winning. Fonda's like, Fonda, Keisha, MJ. Who's MJ? Yes, and it, as JM said, there is no wrong attack, okay? This all depends on your preferences. And I'm getting a bunch of reds in the attack. Okay. Michelle said red. Okay. Donzel, I think I said that right. Please forgive me if I didn't. Now, I know you ain't putting no crabs up here. I'm not playing with y'all today. We are not playing today, okay? So I'm going to go over the actual dispute and we're going to break this down. It is red. We're going to break this down together. So this is your attack number. So this is your month that you're going to do. So this month 1, month 2, month 3, it does give you 12 rounds in total. I love the creativity in this group because I just got a red heat. Y'all are difficult, okay? I love it. I love it. Y'all are difficult. All right. We have the attack names. I am still not updating my Chrome. Now I'm about to kick to be up. So for y'all that were here on Monday, I needed to update my Chrome on Monday, and no, I still have not done so. So why? Because I'm problematic, okay? But it's your attack number, your attack name, what is the variation? So when you go into the letters, it will tell you if it's regular, premium, supreme, supreme boost, right? It gives you that information. It also tells you how you should mail out the letter. This is important if you're going to be charging other people. So on Monday, I'm not gonna kick you out. Don't worry about it, L. You my homie. We people. So with this being said, if you are charging family, let's say you're telling them that you're doing the credit repair for free, right? Because you want to get the reviews, you want to get the results so you can post on your social media and then start adding dollars and cents, right? Take into consideration that certified mail goes out at least twice, right? You can choose to send them all certified. I don't, okay? In the name of Jesus, I do not. However, if you choose to, you can, but you want to encompass what that cost is. Again, the cost of doing business. You have your paper, you have your ink, you have your envelopes, you have your stamps, and now you have the certified mail. And remember, I had one client that had 200 inquiries, okay? That was some paper, and I had to certify mail them. So you want to be, yes, Lord. And I got her down. By the time she left my program, she was down to 20. And I felt so accomplished, y'all. Yes, 200 inquiries. I have another client who has 1,000 over the past, within a 7-year window, she had 1,000. And I just was like, what was you buying from? doing 10 family members for free, but ask for $50 each round. I definitely, again, you need to assess. So when you're doing that round, right? See if that $50 covers your overhead. Does it cover the printer? Does it cover the ink? Does it cover all of that stuff? Right? If it doesn't, then go back to them and say, hey, last month I spent X amount on it. I need y'all to up it up. I need y'all to give me $60. Not a problem. Right? Because they're getting it for free. But completely up to you if that's within your budget pricing range. I'm gonna be honest with you. My clients that I do have that are doing the done with you service, their monthly fee is about $59. So that's a good price point. It does cover my let me not do that. Okay, it does cover the stuff that I have to do on my end for the ones who are not in Credit Dyno, because some people are hard-headed. Okay, so you have recommended price points with clients. Yep, I do have a different price point for each client, and I'll cover that in the Q&A section in a moment because I want to be respectful of you guys this time. So you get to have the mail type, the return to sender, the letter color, letter size is a single or double. No, you are good. You are good, my love. We are getting into it because trust me, I'm gonna answer that question for real. Okay, and then your attack frequency. So remember, you're sending out a letter every 35 days. Okay, every 35 days. So since everyone in the chat said that they wanted red, Keisha said it, Mr. L said it. Okay. All of y'all said that y'all wanted red. The first round is Pinwheel Super Boost, and it goes out certified. So y'all ready to get into it and do our first set of disputes? Let's go. So in this dispute tab, it breaks down what the letters are. So you can actually click and know what's going to be included in your letter. So for the pinwheel attack, it's going to include 7 negative items to each letter and up to 10 inquiries, okay? You have the punch of fury. It says it creates letters for each type, personal information, inquiry, everything else. So that means you're getting individual letters. One thing I like to point out is that your personal information goes out in every single letter, no matter which attack round you're selecting, a personal information sequence is in there. Now, if for some reason, and this is something that was brought up in the beginning of the class, was static letters. If you are wanting to send out a static letter, a cease and desist and refusal to pay, a debt validation letter, a goodwill letter, a pay for deletion letter, a bankruptcy court letter, a standard cease and desist letter, a demand letter, a failure to respond letter, all of these letters are here in the static and they are free as long as you have money in your account. So if all you have is $1 in your account, you can come over here, you can send secondary letters, and if you have already sent out a round to a client, to a credit bureau, and they have not responded, instead of moving to the next round, you can hit stall, and I'm telling you, TransUnion is a beast at doing this. You can hit stall, and if you are in the pro group, guys, right? If you're in the pro group, you can add the letter that you already sent out for the client. You're going to put the date that you generated that letter and mailed it out, and it will automatically print this stall letter with the attachment of the original letter that the credit bureau decided that they were going to ignore. And we don't ignore anything over here, okay? You can also change it to handwritten. So I love that. Okay, so you have options here. And again, the static letters are for $3.99. So you don't have to worry. If you want to send a personal information letter to Novus, if you want to send a personal information letter to ARS, Credit Code, Clarity, it is in here. You don't have to search. The address is already there. And Bob's your uncle. You get to live like a queen and look like you are a beast in these credit streets because you are. Right? So the first round of attack was the pinwheel attack. Like to point out some stuff. So when you have these letters for your client, oh, I'm so sorry. I moved too quick. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me, y'all. I wanted to show this to you. Let me know if you can see this. So when we pulled the report for the client a while ago and we had it in the system, remember I said that you get a free attack? This is what will pop up on your screen. after you load the Credit Dyno credit report in. And then if you look down here, it says 1 free attack. So now when we go to do that attack, when you load the Credit Dyno in, you should see this pop up that appears to your screen here. And then also you will see right down here under the balance and the credits, it will show you what the free attack is. Okay, so I didn't want to forget to show you guys that screenshot. I'm going to make sure I have it. Okay, let me minimize this and this. Can you guys still see my screen okay? Thumbs up. Thank you. Okay, so we're doing pinwheel attack. It was Supreme Boost. We're going to click on this. And then if we wanted to make it handwritten, we can go ahead and click handwritten. If you are a pro member, you can click generate credit report, and it will actually generate the credit report for you. So when you download the round of attack for your client, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. We're going to hit confirm. And we're going to hit start round. So as the round starts, you will see, give me 1 second. You'll see the option here to show the letters so you can see the type of letters. You will see the option to download so you can print yourself. If you were on the pro version, there'll be another tab here that will say creditor, and you'll be able to, it'll be an option up here. It'll say creditor, and you'll have the attack and you'll have the creditor, and you'll be able to download both of them. Or if you're doing the mail option, you can click mail. So when you get here, you see how many pages it is? It says TransUnion 10 pages, TransUnion 5 pages, TransUnion 10 pages, because it limits. It can have 10 per letter, 7 per letter, right? All of that information is segmented off. And then if you want to make it certified, you know exactly what it is. So if you come here and you're like, dang, I don't have $40 in my bucket, you can literally click, pay by mail, and it'll take it from your balance. But you can close it out here and actually put the money here first and then come back and hit mail out so you can pay for your client. But it will tell you that you have the option and you have to reconfirm that you want it to be mailed. Okay, guys? Any questions so far? Because if not, you guys have literally just finished your first round of attack in real time with me. So happy for y'all. Can this be faxed in the system? At this time, no. But if you have the pro, you have the ability to do integration, and you can integrate that option if you choose to do so. The history tab shows you. Oh, honey, if you just want to print, hold on, let me go back. If you just want to print, you click download, and you literally, once it downloads to your computer, you just print it and you mail it off yourself, because that's how I do it. Me and my little buddy, my 6-year-old, he's my bodyguard at the post office. He's not my bodyguard. He goes there for candy. Okay. But he act like he's my bodyguard. So don't tell him I said that. Okay. Because he'll beat me up. So you get to see what your letters are. You get to see the credit report for your client. You get to see the credit score, so you can watch the growth and the glow for your client. If you have any invoices, you have the ability there that you can see what the invoices are. And then the notes is a pro feature as well. So now that we have gone through all of this, I want to circle back really quick. JM, if you can you drop the community in the chat if you guys have questions, concerns, comments? And I am not here with you, darlings. I want you to be in the community so that you have people who are in different spaces and places within the credit industry that would be able to answer your questions for you. I am going to open the floor for questions for about 20 minutes. And I'm going to start with the first question in chat. You guys can raise your hands. If you choose to, come off mute, because I want to make sure that I'm answering everything as much as possible. And I'm going to start with Keisha's question. So Keisha's question is printing better than using the mail option? It is all about preference. I don't think that there's a difference. Personally, I do not use the mail option. My accountability partner in the business they actually do use the printing option. They're not control freaks like I am. So like I want to take it there. I want to see them put it in. Yeah, like I have problems. Don't worry about it. But there has not been an issue. Can you show the analysis to give to the client? No, I'm not able to show the analysis because I'm not on the pro version. That option is only a pro option available, but it would be in the tab. There's like a tab that's here that you would be able to see that. And under the reports tab, this is where you'd be able to generate it as well. So you can share this is where you would go to share that information with the client. I don't want to skip anyone. Hold on one second, let me make sure. Are the attacks free for pro? No, you are just, what the pro gives you is a duality for your client relationship manager, also known as CRM. So it gives you the ability where you can house your client and your client can talk to you. So it's a back and forth communication on a secured platform, so that way, if they want to upload information, if they want to send you email, all of that information is in a secured site available for you, but you still have to pay for a round if they are not using Credit Dyno. So if they are using Credit Dyno, your attacks are $3.99. Great questions. I love these questions. Okay. Do you have to get a license or some form of registrations for the state you live in regarding providing credit repair for your clients using the Panda software? So that question has nothing to do with the software. It has everything to do with the state that you reside in. I think it says Kid Baby. Please forgive me if I'm butchering your name. But the licensing and registration and all of those things are subject to the state that you are doing business in. I'm in the state of Texas, so I have my license for my business registered here. When I was in Florida, I didn't need anything to do business. So when I lived in Florida, I didn't need a license. I didn't need a certificate. Now I am a certified credit repair consultant. I'm also a certified business credit consultant. I'm also a certified score increaser consultant, but that is all stuff that I got on my own. That was not required for the state of Texas, and it sure as heck wasn't required for the state of Florida. So that question would have to be subjected to your state to figure out if you need it. It has nothing to do with the system. So if you are getting the system for yourself, and this is a side hobby, this is not really something that you are running to do business with, because once you're in the industry, some states require you to have a bond, right? Some states do not. So what I and Dominique has also said, I normally get a certain amount of clientele in, and then once I get clientele in that state, then I will opt to go ahead and get that bond, because now I have the funding from the clients to pay for that fee versus me paying for it out of pocket. Hope I answered the question well. Can the client pay their monthly fee? Michelle, can you come off mute so I can understand the question? Because I want to make sure I'm answering it right, darling. Michelle.
Can the client pay their monthly fees that we charge them in their portal?
Yes, when you have the pro, they can pay it in their portal. It's under the subscription tab. You can do a payment form, and you have the ability to put your pricing in there. So you can have an enrollment fee or a first work fee, and then you can generate monthly invoices for your clients. Absolutely.
Does it do it automatically, like a monthly fee, or I have to bill them?
You can set it up to where it's done for them. It's done for you, but you would have to make sure that your what's the word I'm looking for? Your vendor, your merchant service provider is connected. So that is an option in the pro feature. If you don't have merchant service, JM, can you drop the merchant service information in the chat as well, so that they have access to that also, because we have a preferred merchant service provider that is thebomb.com. But yes, you can plug it in there, and you can set it for your client to be able to pay that monthly fee within the portal under the pro version, not the free version. Because remember, the pro version has no client portal access. I mean,
no, I understand that. And the other question I have is the whiteboarding for the customers, and it will show all my company's information instead of Panda Dispute. Am I right?
That is correct.
Okay. And coming from my last question, I'm sorry, guys, but I'm currently with Credit Cloud, and I'm just trying to see if I can do something different. What is the main feature besides AI different from Credit Repair Cloud that I would see different in importing my customers over?
So the main difference is that this is a Metro 2 option, not just a factual disputing. So you can elect to do factual disputing. You can save your own factual letters if you want to. If you want to do consumer law, you can. But the AI system is generated through Metro 2. The difference between the two are basically using the coding, the verbiage that is written in the law that says what you're supposed to do, and using the series of codes. I know that David dropped some information on the difference between Metro and factual. That's the number one difference that I can provide, because I used to use Credit Repair Cloud before as well. Number two, you don't have as much overhead. With Credit Repair Cloud, you are paying for, thank y'all for these balloons. I saw this last time, y'all. I felt fancy. Sorry. Sorry. You know, I gotta be honest, I felt fancy. I saw the balloons. I was like, hey, girl, hey. Number two is the overhead. With Credit Repair Cloud, every team member that you need to add, you're paying more money. If you're needing to add more things, you're paying more money. You're not having to do that over here. Now, what I will advise is that we do have a partnership with Kong, and Kong gives you the ability for you to do funnels, email marketing, all of those things, and it's only $99, and it's integrated within the Panda software. So once you load the client in here, or if you create a form for the client to get loaded in here, right, all of that information is there, and you're not paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars. It's $197 per month for the platform for you and your client to have this amazing dialogue. You do get the ability to have the analysis report and things of that nature. And I do believe the overhead is cheaper when you're looking at it holistically.
Yeah, well, yeah. And so you will do, can I have the link dropped in for Con? Because I'm currently using Credit Junkie for my funnels. So I'm paying twice, well over $200, both of them.
Okay.
So I don't, if you can drop that link for Con, and I can see what I need to do to transfer over.
Actually, as soon as you get, if you upgrade to Pro, the Con information will be there, because one of the other things that we offer that Credit Repair Cloud doesn't is once you sign up for the Pro option, you actually get entered in the Credit Repair Business Builder program. And that gives you the full training on what you need. It gives you the link to Kong. It gives you the link to the discount, because it's like, I think it's free for a certain amount of time and then 20% off. Don't quote me on the pricing. I know it's something off after you signed up, but you get into the class and you get all of that information, the merchant services, how you do business. So if you guys are new into this room and you're wanting to elevate and go switch over to a full business, you have that business basically in a box training that will be available to you as well. So if you go over to the Pro, you will get the Kong information. It will be embedded for you automatically.
All right, you've answered all I needed to know. I guess I need to do what I need to do. Thank you so much.
It's free for it's $1 for 14 days. Come on over to my side, honey. Okay. So happy for that. Okay. Are invoices generated in Dispute Panda, or is it something we have to import? So the invoices, so I want to make sure, Clarence, that I'm answering the right question. Are you talking about the invoice for the client? Because if the question is the invoice for the client, yes, it will be generated here. It would be under the subscription tab, and it would be a Pro feature. In Florida, you have to be bonded, but that's it. Yes, in Florida, you have to be bonded, but you do not have to be licensed. That's what I was saying. So you didn't have to be licensed. You didn't have to do nothing. You do want to get your bond. I personally had a bond because I'm scary. That's what my husband says. Anyway, don't worry about this. Keisha said, what'd you say?
Updated your Chrome yet? You're not scary.
Cause I'm a thug.
How you a thug ain't scary?
I'm a thug with certain things, because Chrome can't come get me. But you know who can? The people. The people can come get me.
The people can come through Chrome with them vulnerabilities.
They ain't gonna come through. They ain't gonna come through because listen. First of all, now what you're not gonna do is judge my life, because I just got this MacBook the other day. So look, because I've been walking around with my laptop. I promise you, I'm one of those people that once I get one thing, I stick with it. So I had my laptop for like 2 years. and I refused to get a desktop. And then we moved into this new house, and I told my husband I was not going to work upstairs anymore. And I saw myself creeping upstairs with my laptop, and he literally took me to the store the same day I tried to creep upstairs with my laptop and made me get a desktop computer. So if it was up to me, I would be laptoping all day. I have 2 of them. That's how serious I was. And my husband took it away from me because I'm scary. So don't worry about that. So I will update my Chrome by Monday, bro. I promise. Is there a video available showing how we would use the static letter? So yes, there are videos in the training. When you say how to use them, Keisha, can you come off mute so I can answer it clearly? Because are you asking for like a sequence flow of when you send the letters, or are you just asking like when to tap in? Like, I want to
Yes, absolutely. Hi. So I was wondering, like, so say for instance, we're using LexisNexis or different because I'm coming from Credit Repair Cloud, and they don't have a flow or nothing of teaching you how to use these particular, like for somebody coming in for bankruptcy and we got to use LexisNexis. What is the flow of doing that, or what is the flow of we using for child support? I think it's called in this whatever. It's another letter for child support. Like, what do we do?
So that would be, so that kind of training, let me answer. It's a 2-part question. It's a 2-part answer. So first thing is, the flow of what you need to do, regardless of what your client has, is in this guide. So you just pick a flow and you go. But when it comes to the static, like if you're going to dispute with the bankruptcy court and things of that nature, that would be more through the pro program, because we are dissecting how to do credit repair business in that pro feature, right? So there's not a flow, like none of these flows include how to use the static letters, but the static letters are available. So if you're wanting more education, the pro would be there. And we get together and we talk about how everyone is disputing in the actual community. So you can figure out what to do with those static letters and when to send them out if you are in the pro, if you're wanting a deep sea dive. That would be my recommendation.
Yes, I just signed up for the pro.
Yeah, so you, girl, you gonna get invited, honey. Don't worry about it. You gonna see me. Don't you worry, honey. You gonna see me there, and we're gonna be able to talk about how to do different credit repair sequences, what's good for you to use, and we go through a whole training. So there's gonna be another class that's gonna come up, and you're gonna be right on in there with us. So great question. I love that.
Thank you.
Do you charge before or after the client receives their update for the credit report? So I'm going to give you, oh, look at JM on the Swift. Come on, JM. I'm going to tell you that best practice is that you are charging after work is done. That is what the credit repair guidelines are, is that you're not charging until work has been completed. Now, if you create a program or something different, like for instance, you're doing, you're going to host a masterclass on something, and that masterclass is going to cost X dollars, and you're giving them this amount of credit repair for free, that would be where the alternative comes in. But if you're doing monthly work, like I do monthly letters for my clients, I am not charging until after the letter has been, after the work has been done. So my clients are aware that they are paying after work has been completed, because that's what the state guidelines say. The federal good minimum, that's what they say. Now that's a win for me. Bye-bye credit repair class. I love it. Are you saying that the clients cannot log into the free version? Correct. There is no client portal on the free version whatsoever. The free version is your CRM for you to house your client's information, their credit report, their updates, all of that stuff. So this one that we just went through tonight, guys, it only houses information on your end. The client cannot see anything until you go up to the pro version. And Rochelle, see what I'm saying, Rochelle? I be showing up, Rochelle. Rochelle said Kong is 30 days for free and then 20% off. I know I was paying attention in class, okay? What time is the Q&A over? The Q&A over is, we have 10 more minutes for the Q&A. Great question. Look, great question. How do we sign up for that program? So once you sign up for the pro, you will be entered into the credit, the CRBB, which is the Credit Repair Business Blueprint. That answered my question. Thanks. What does it mean to have a bond with running a credit repair business? Okay, so some states require you to have a bond, which says that if you do something or you're certified, you know what, I'm gonna make sure that I answer that question more formally. Give me 1 second, y'all. Because I like to give y'all the facts, okay? So some places need you to have a bond for your business to be in operation. It's kind of like a backing to your business. So think about your business having insurance. It's kind of the same premise, right? Give me 1 second. So the laws, depending on what state you're in, says that you need to have a bond. And sometimes the bond is through the Secretary of State. So in my state of Texas, I am required to have a bond behind my business for $10,000. It is guaranteeing that my credit service organization in this state will comply with the requirements and rules set by whatever financial code is in place. So I used a surety bond. I think it was Surety is who's my person. And you can go on your state site to find out if your state requires a bond for CROs. Okay. Just to understand, you offer training in the program if you're new and want to get into credit repair space, as in it teaches you the necessary steps to start the credit repair clients. Yes. So the CRBB class does give you a clear blueprint. There's actually a week 0, which is pre-work, that tells you how to set up your LLC, what do you need to do in business, all of those things. So it gives you a clear blueprint of how to maneuver. Consumer law is in pro as well. So consumer law is embedded in some of the letters, but if you want to do consumer law, like if you want to write a full consumer law letter, whether you're pro or not, that tab that I showed you, and I'm going to actually click on it so y'all can see it again. When you go to the disputing option, if you wanted to do just a straight consumer law letter, you would click this and you would type out the consumer law information in there. And then from there, it will only complete consumer law, whatever factual disputing, whatever you did for that particular account. All the other accounts will then be printed for whatever attack you selected. So for instance, this attack that we just did was Pinwheel Supreme Boost. All the other accounts will get Pinwheel Supreme Boost, and then the consumer law that you wanted here would show up just for this particular account. So I hope that answered that question.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Can you share your contact? Yep, I will definitely share my contact. What about having an LLC and EIN already? Do you have to apply for a new LLC EIN? Roberta, can you come off mute and let's dive into that question a little bit more, darling. What do you mean? You already have a business set up, you have structure together. What's going on? Nope, Roberta's not there. Okay, is Roberta there? I don't know what Roberta's there. Okay, so I can answer this question generally. If you already have an LLC set up and an EIN set up in this business, no worries, honey, in this business, and you're wanting to utilize that business, then you just have to find out what if that information is clients. Hey, my love, did you come off?
Hi. Yes, I'm off mute.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, I have a different kind of business for consulting for technology, and I have a LLC and an EIN already. So do I need to do something separate for this type of business if I choose to take on clients for it?
I'm going to tell you that that is a CPA question. I'm going to give you a Raquel answer. For me, I would not structure anything out personally. Like I didn't structure and maneuver until I started having paying clients. Once I had paying clients, I used the money from those clients to go ahead and pay for that LLC and pay for those portions. However, I'm going to tell you that a CPA is going to advise you that for each business, you need to set up that LLC, that EIN, that information for that business. Also, quick pro tip, y'all do not need to have LLC in the name, all right? I'm telling you right now. And if you can, avoid credit repair. If y'all look, my company's name is Evolving Eve Consulting Services. I have a completely different, I don't have credit in my name. However, my logo is of the score, of the credit score gauging, right? I'm very particular to make sure that there's no issues. And also to Mr. C's point in the chat, you don't want your business to get sued, right? Like at the end of the day, it costs to do business, no matter how you look at it, no matter how you play with it, right? And what you won't want to do is make one business susceptible to what another business is doing. So it would make sense that you set up another entity for what you're running there. That business can own the other business, or it can be just completely separate and apart. Just to see why.
Thank you, because I was wondering, I know for deductions, if you have more than one business of any type, you need to accommodate for what the actual space is of each business. If you're deducting it, if you're using a vehicle, each business is separate, whether you got 10 or 2 or 1.
Yes,
Right.
ma'am. The government be in your business.
No one wants to
honey.
run afoul of the man. So yeah, you're right. Thank
Yes,
you.
my pleasure, my love. All right, Michelle, if you can come off of mute for me. What was the website question? Because you know I'm old. What was what was the question?
I love it. Listen, on my website currently now, the portal has a link on it, like embedded in my website, that a customer can go to my website or customers can log in. Does the interface go to that, or we can't do that with Panda currently? That's all I want to know.
So here's what I can tell you. So you're wanting to create a form to where when they sign up online, it goes automatically into Dispute Panda. Is that correct?
Correct. And they can log in on my website. That's what I have now. So I don't know.
So there is a let me see if hold on a second. I'm changing screens real quick. I'm gonna try and see if Pro is on this version because I have like 17 different versions, y'all. Hold on. To answer the question, you do have a secure client access. So you have that link that you can actually put it on your website. And that way, when they click on it for actual clients, they can click on it and automatically sign in, right? Okay. Now, if there is a form that you need, like for instance, if the person signs up, I personally do not let my clients sign up from the site. The only thing that they can sign up to is to my actual calendar, right? And I'll show you guys really quickly. Hold on, because I like to share. Because sharing is caring. Hold on.
You're like, what's your website? Let me see.
Oh, I ain't scared. Okay, I'm about that life. Hold on. I'm lying. I'm not. Hold on. So this is my website. When my clients come in, I have a client access portal. So that is what I'm talking about for you, the secured client access portal. So if any of my clients that are already in the software, they just click this and it automatically takes them to the site where they can log in. No issues, no problems, right? If they want to, I do put my pricing on my website, but you don't have the ability to lock in on pricing because I need to see your credit report because they're different packages that you have the ability to get. You follow what I'm saying?
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
So with that being said, if they want to do the starter plan, they would have to come in and basically book a call with me in order to move forward.
Okay, and you got the booking calendar set up, so I understand.
Yep.
Okay, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Now, what I will tell you is if you have a desire to have a form created that will link throughout, you can simply create a Loom video. And this is going to be the top. This is what I use for my clients. I do Loom videos every month to send my clients the information.
Okay.
And then with the Loom video, I can create and tell, like, because the Panda group is amazing. They're willing to make edits and changes all the time. You just have to send them exactly what you're looking for. Like, hey, this is what my current software does for me. I want to know, would you be able to do this, this, and this? Dominique's back office, they will code it and try to implement it in the system. Or if they can't do it, they'll tell you how you can get it done.
Got it. Thank you.
My pleasure. With the pro version, can client import their credit report from Credit Dino? They should not be import. That's a great question. They should not be doing it because you're supposed to be coming here and clicking on the one-click import to import the client's credit report. So that is something that you're doing on your end when you're coming in to create the letter. That is not something that they need to do on there. And I hope that answered the question. If you do go pro, is there a limit to space? Is there a limit to space to promote your services like Thread, Facebook? Roberta, can you come off of mute, honey? I want to make sure I understand the questions.
Yeah, I was wondering, is there a limit on the product on where you could promote your service if you decide to go pro and offer this to clients?
Okay, no matter what service you have, you can promote your business wherever you want to because no one is going to know that you're using Panda Pro. That is your software.
Oh, okay.
So I want you to think of it from the standpoint of if you were doing taxes and hopefully y'all didn't do this, y'all didn't use H&R Block to do taxes for people, but if you decided to use H&R Block or you decided to use TaxSlayer or whatever the case you're doing for your family, you don't need to tell them what software you're using. You follow what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
has everything to do.
I didn't know if there was some exclusion that, we clicked when we accepted to take on the product. Yeah. Okay.
Not at all. And there's nothing that you have to do because again, when you guys go to the pro, it's a white label software. So your logo is on there. Your information is on there. It does not say Dispute Panda anywhere. So no one knows what platform you're using unless they in your business. Respectfully. You don't have to worry about that. What if the client only has a 3B report from the agencies other than, don't understand the question, Roberta? What do you mean?
So, the major three bureaus, there are other subsidiary bureaus. So like if you're applying for a mortgage, there's a different company than that takes all three of those bureaus and puts them together, that you can get your report. You get a full report if you apply for a mortgage. Just found this out recently.
Yes, it is. So LexisNexis is someone that houses all the information. So you can choose to dispute. In fact, I've seen Factor Trust has that capability as well. The software only works with the credit monitoring agencies that you saw. So the software only works with Credit Dino, Smart Credit, Identity IQ, and My Free Score IQ. So even if they got the report from, let's say, Factor Trust, right? Because they were doing a mortgage, you can dispute to Factor Trust because they're going to give you that report, but you'll only be able to import with those four softwares that I listed, and you can send the dispute to the same three credit bureaus. So it's not a situation where it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's the same experience, same Equifax, same TransUnion. The third party subsidiary, which would be Factor Trust or Clarity or whoever that mortgage company pulls, they would give you that report and then you can choose to go ahead and send those letters to that agency as well. Does that make sense? Or is that clear as mud?
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. Last question. Where did you go to build your website? Oh, I have a team for that, honey, but I will drop their contact information. As a matter of fact, I think I had the tab open. I probably didn't. I do have a person, and COG does do websites as well. So that is why I was telling everyone about COG. But my girl Crystal did my website. She is my boo honey, and it is everything. I have 52 clients, so I prefer whatever versions where the clients can add their own information. The pro version gives the client the ability to upload their IDs and their login information for the credit monitoring, but you would still need to come in every month because before you can, so let me make sure that I'm clear. Before you can get to the attack round, you have to do this step, which means you're going to have to actually click the one-click import before you get to the disputing step every single month. You do not have the ability to go to the attack step without getting to this step, which means you have to go ahead and click the one-click import every single month. So you can load the client in, you can send the link to the client for them to go ahead and put their IDs in and put all their stuff in. That is fine. But when it is time for you to pull the attack, it has to be done on your end. I hope that made sense, Miss Sutton. Dr. Sutton. That made sense? Cool. So other than that, thanks for loving my website, y'all. Appreciate it. I know that JM has been JM has been dropping tips and links and all of the good stuff there, and I'm so thankful for JM and David for being able to do that with me. I know that it is getting late. Thank you for liking my website, y'all. It's meant for Black women. Black girl magic. So I definitely love that option. Yes, I'm here for y'all, okay? Because I remember I started my business when my son was literally a month old. So I have been doing credit repair on and off for 19 years now. And I've learned new things. I've stopped. And I'm going to be honest with you. Hold on a second. I have been doing credit repair on and off for 19 years. I started, I stopped. I thought I did not know enough, y'all. I thought that I needed to be in all these rooms, and I thought I needed more and more education. And I'm going to be honest, being Caribbean and having my family, one of the biggest things that was a must for me as an individual was I felt like the titling is important. Being able to have this information and for my family to know that I'm certified in what I did, right, was a really big deal for me. And it's might not be that way for everyone. It may not be that important, but I put it down, and then I promise you, every time I put it down, somebody would come and ask me for help, and I would go and pick it right back up, right? So for me, I make it my business that I'm as helpful as I possibly can to support people that might need help, that might have questions, and that is just my goal. Somebody was asking in my chat for my website, so hold on one second. So this is my website. I will drop it in the chat. Do you have to go pro to dispute your own credit? No, you do not have to go pro to dispute your own credit. We literally just set up on the, sorry guys, we literally just walked through today where we just did everything, and it was on the free platform. And again, you can be doing the disputes for yourself without anyone else, and it can be completely free if you're using Credit Dyno. If you are not using Credit Dyno, but you're using Smart Credit, Identity IQ, My Free Score IQ, any of them, the cost for you to do it is $17 per month, because you're coming in every 35 days and you're pulling the letter. That's what the cost of the letter is. So if you want no overhead at all, you don't, even if you have clients, but you don't want them to have a portal, you're going to send the letters out, you're going to do everything, you can choose to just use this platform to pull your letters. The Pro gives you the other side where your clients are able to interact with you. That is the difference between the pro. I mean, there's other differences, but that is the major difference. So if you are disputing for yourself, no ma'am, no Miss Sherry, you can elect to go ahead and keep everything just on the free platform and zip and do out there. Any other questions? Because it is 10:15 my time, which means 11:15 y'all time. I done kept y'all here in the name of Jesus. Y'all got any questions? All hearts and minds are clear. Did y'all join the community? If y'all, JM, David, can y'all please drop the link for the community in the chat one more time before I release these good people? I want to, 1 second. I want to show y'all the community. How do I join the community? The community is currently in the chat for you, my love. This is what it looks like, darling. So you would click this beautiful link. Once you click join the Panda link, it will allow you to create a profile, and then it will allow you to go ahead and can y'all see I want to make sure y'all can see my screen. This is what the community board looks like. If I'm a pro member, you get access to the pro as well. You get to create the lovely picture over here on the side, because I be dipping and doing. Okay. And it gives you access to all of the content information. So if you have questions, we are not here. Dominique is here a lot. JM is here a lot. And we are able to go ahead and dive in and answer your questions on how you can do it. So this is what the community looks like. You're able to speak to everyone. You don't have to worry about getting kicked off of anything because this is our own community. It's not on Facebook. It's not anywhere. Okay. It's okay. Clarence, Clarence, are you a pro member? Yes. If you are a pro member and you are not in the pro group, just simply email info@Dispute Panda and let them know that you would like to join the pro group, and they will automatically put you in there. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right. Any other questions, guys? Just made it to the office. King out here riding in these streets late now. Out here late in these streets. Okay. So with that being said, I want to say thank you so much for coming in, being a part of my team, dipping and doing. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Also, the links are in the chat. Click on the community, get into what we're getting into, ask your questions. And for all of those that are going to be on tomorrow, I salute you. I will be here with you guys tomorrow. Yes, for Sherry, the one-click import is with the Credit Dyno, and you get 7-year history with that credit report. Great question. So one-click import for the attack, yes. Do you still pay the pro price monthly if you use the credit monitoring? So they're two separate entities. The credit monitoring is just for you to get the credit information. The actual pro is for you to have customer-facing access, as well as the ability to have the CRM and all of the perks that goes with the pro, such as the CRBB program. So yes, you would still pay your monthly fee. And I think Rochelle said that she was gonna see me tomorrow. Hey girl, hey, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. My hair might be different, but it'll be neat. With that being said, I thank you guys so much for coming out.
Damn, I just wanted to get up.
What you said? You went to get. You can go ahead and leave. Thank you so much for coming in tonight, and I hope you guys have a great day. Okay. Bye, guys. Thanks for being amazing. This seems perfect. Behaves, niche, or work with. It is, Roberta. It is perfect for them. Thanks again, guys. Thank you once again, JM and David. Y'all have an amazing day. See you guys on Monday. Bye.